Well, hello and welcome back, my body language buddies. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy, and welcome to episode 89 of the Jesus Enrique Rosas show. We are live through YouTube, Rumble, and on the X. Afterwards, you will be able to listen and download on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Sirius XM. I don't know, everywhere that you can get your podcast. And remember also that the best way to support my channel is to like and subscribe. It's very easy. It's 2 clicks. 1 click to like, 1 click to subscribe. And if you are feeling, groovy today, then hit the bell so you don't miss any of my shows or standalone videos. Remember that you can also download my 100 body language tips in the description of this video, and you will be subscribed to my free awesome emails as well. So we are almost ready to begin. Today's show is going to be a bit different because there are so many things happening right now in real time that we don't know. We do live shows. I say we because, of course, but one big part of our show is the live chat. You are here, and your comments make the show as well. Let me see who's in the house. It's Val, there's Margie, there's Castellano. Castellano, you're gonna behave today, right? Tell me you're gonna behave today. Austin Batman is also in the house. Mara Shand. Let me see who you're around. Let me make sure that I get this. Where's my X Pro dashboard? I see that today is going to be a bit different. Hey, Deb Basile. Hello. Yeah, today's going to be a bit different because we're waiting for the Epstein logs to be dropped. We are expecting at least part of them. Pam Bondi said yesterday that, it's like we were talking about yesterday that I remember there was SSJB. I don't see SSJB in the chat, by the way. Wait a second. I need to make sure that everything is going well here. And here's okay. Everything is working fine. So we are waiting for the Epstein logs to be dropped. They haven't been dropped yet. Supposedly, we were going to see them at this time, exactly this time. And also we got the live visit of Keir Starmer to the White House. So a couple of things that are going to happen like in real time. I usually don't do things real time, but I'm willing to do an exception today because why not? Let me see, just in case. Keir Starmer, Donald Trump. Yeah. Keir Starmer, Donald Trump live. There's nothing live on YouTube, but I see that MSNBC. All right, there's a live feed in here. I'm gonna play it without sound. We're gonna put that without sound, and I'm going to. How do I make sure that I watch this? Right here. It's taking a bit. And well, meanwhile, we can have let's say a conversation about different topics today, about the topics that we need to address. We are in real life today, kind of rocket topic. In real life today, kind of in real life. We are going to be talking about the MSNBC's new pet. If you catch my drift, I don't know why I think this hasn't started yet. Okay, we got a live feed here. What I'm gonna do is to make it really tiny in here in a side. If I see action, I will let you know. If I see action, I will let you know. And if you see action, then you let me know as well. Remember that you can contact me, not only, email. I'm not taking my emails when I'm live, but you can reach out to me through X, through the direct messages on X, which are open for all the bots as well, all those crazy bots. I think that we're ready to begin with. So I'm gonna have here my my stuff, my crazy stuff, just going on. And yeah, so many of you have already addressed the sad news, very sad news of today. One legend left us yesterday. Absolute legend, Gene Hackman. This is one of the greats. We're talking about definitely one of the greatest actors of perhaps of every generation. He was retired from a while ago, but he was tragically found deceased, dead. Gene Hackman, Hollywood's consummate everyman, dies at 95. The winner of 2 Oscars, one for the French Connection and Unforgiven. He was hailed for his nuanced performance in films, like those two. I remember him especially. One of my favorite Gene Hackman movies is The Poseidon Adventure. One of my favorite Gene Hackman movies. There was also this Crimson Tide. Oof, just amazing. Of course, we remember him as the original Lex Luthor from the Christopher Reeve era. That was cinema. That was cinema. Truly a fine actor, Austin Batman. You're so on point. That is the definition of a fine actor. We know that he was already retired. There were some pictures that paparazzis were taking. I never, I blocked every account that tried to, show those pictures. And that was a really bad taste. So many outlets trying to, go full paparazzi on a man that just wanted to live his life with his wife. And well, the thing is that he was found dead with his wife and their pet at their home, like all the 3 of them. The police hasn't is saying that they see no signs of foul play. That's so strange. Maybe it was carbon dioxide poisoning. We still don't know, but it's tragic nonetheless. I'm not going to elaborate on this because this is still in development. And Crimson Tide and with the state, he was in so many great movies. I remember him alongside Will Smith and that. What's that one? Enemy of the State. Yeah, was that one right? I think it was that one. Yeah, it was the best. Popeye Doyle. You remember that? One thing that you might not know about the French Connection is that it was the car chase scene was filmed without any permits. It was totally spontaneous. Crazy things, back then. But well, let's move on other topics. And now that we were talking about the Epstein list, you know that we already have some logs of Epstein's flags. We just want the confirmation, like the official, the real stuff. We want the real stuff that we haven't seen yet. And it so happens that we got the Dutch list before the Epstein list. Breaking. The New York Times has unveiled the identities of dozens of Dutch personnel and allies working to shrink the size of our government. I see a lot of young tech bros on this list paired with seasoned experts. Dutch has quite the operation. I mean, it's the New York Times. It's the New York Times. It's why would you do this? Why would you dox all these people? Like, what? It's a good thing that they have all the security that they need. They are protected. All the security from the government. That is a point, of course. There's Elon Musk right there. I'm not going to zoom in because it's not the point, right? I'm not going to. You can find this anywhere, but the idea is that why does this appear before the Epstein list? How do we got this before the Epstein list? You know that one of the things that we cover in this show is insanity. Yeah, it's James Jameson that some of you are commenting. You don't smell or taste carbon monoxide. You just fall asleep. It's super deadly. And some people are saying, I don't know where. Again, I don't want to elaborate on any theories about Gene Hackman's death. I think that we can leave that to the authorities. But yes, it's like poisoning in your house, because you should have some kind of alarm that tells you that there's a concentration of is dioxide or monoxide. I don't remember. One of the two. And yes, it's something that was quite tragic. There's one thing that I wanted to show you. Let's just to let's say enlighten the mood a bit. Oh, you know that when we talk about insanity, I needed to break the ice today with this meme, because it was we were talking about the price of eggs yesterday. You remember that Gavin Newsom, for some reason, released this new podcast that nobody, absolutely zero people, wanted or required. And one of the main topics in the launch trailer of 1 minute was, let's discuss the price of eggs. Why don't we discuss, Gavin, that there was 140 million birds of every kind killed by the Biden administration to supposedly prevent the avian flu? Well, then I saw this meme online and I couldn't help but share this with you. Egg prices are so high because of bird flu killing the chickens. I have a solution. Trust the science. Yeah, trust me, bro. This is going to work this time. This is gonna be the solution. On point. Again, another thing that I sometimes these days I'm scrolling through X and I don't know what is real and what is not. That is obviously not real, right? There are no tiny masks for chickens that you can put them in their beaks. They are not. They don't exist, right? That is a KFC flu. KFC flu. No, Mark. No. This. Please, we don't want any KFC flu. We want people eating their KFC in peace. Of course, fried and beef tallow. That's very important. That is important, very important nowadays. Well, there was this other thing that I thought that it was real. Yeah, I don't talk about hair resistance that much. I think that I have never spoken about hair resistance, but I saw this. I mean, the right to bear memes. It's an account that I follow, and I show one of their memes every now and then. But then the guest of the account that they put out, they create a meme, something that doesn't exist. It's something like a joke, right? But I was looking at this, and I was like, wait a minute. What part of this is the joke? Because this looks 100% like the real deal. The only thing that gave it away, at least for me, because I don't know, maybe I'm too naive in this regard, what was the final tattoo that didn't have, the inflammation, the right inflammation and that. But no, this, I don't know. I think it was Jenny who told me the tattoo or the images are real. The tattoo is not. I don't know. But, that is happening more and more as we progress into the craziness of humanity and the insanity of humanity. And I say, okay, is this real or not? Is this really happening? Let me adjust my screen. All right. That is the way that it should. Yeah, that is Harry season. Let me see. Keep an eye on the news so we can move forward. There's some things happening, and among the things happening nowadays, happening nowadays is that, well, that we don't only have the usual means of a meme production like Photoshop or other memes, but we also have AI. And AI has become a bit dangerous in many ways. Dangerous in the sense that it's starting to be very hard to distinguish what is real and what is not. I'm going to give you an example right on. But first of all, I wanted to point this out. We're going to be talking about Don Jr. A bit later today when we talk about his interview to Maria Corina Machado. But right now, former Kamala Harris campaign account Fact Post News has posted an AI-generated voice of Donald J. Trump Jr. saying the U.S. should send weapons to Russia. So yeah, they're not sending their best and brightest. This was obviously fake. I haven't watched the video, but let's give it a listen. Let me generate the subtitles. I didn't generate the subtitles for this. We can generate. And while I do this, I could let me see. I could look for the other clip that I wanted to show you. To show you how far has AI gone nowadays. Okay, this is insane in so many ways. Let's see if we're done. All right, so let's play this. This is AI generated. This is artificial. This is a thing that we need to be very wary about. This is a clone voice.
Can't imagine anyone.
Okay, no, my sound is all off. Amateurish. Apologize. Here we go.
Can't imagine anyone in their right mind picking Ukraine as an ally when Russia is the other option. I mean, just think about it. Massive nuclear power loaded with natural resources everyone needs, literally the biggest country on the planet. And there's Ukraine, which has Chernobyl and some radiation-proof dogs.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, the Biden administration is like, oh yeah, this is definitely the ally we need. Let's dump all our money into them. Honestly, if anything, the U.S. should have been sending weapons to Russia.
Okay, this is one thing because it looks it absolutely sounds like the real thing. I'm telling you, it is outrageously good. The level of quality that we are noticing. Not only that the AI, of course, clones the voice tone, of course, that is basic, but also the cadence, that the way that the person speaks is like clones everything. Has that you got the parameters, not only the voice tone, but for example, my voice, the way that I speak, the way that my accent, the cadence of my words, the way that I breathe in, the pauses that I take, all that can be cloned. All that can be analyzed, and all that can be synthesized. So you can essentially create a completely digital and artificial version of any person nowadays. And these tools used to have, some kind of it's like safeguards. Safeguards? I don't know. Is that the word? To prevent this kind of bad acting, bad stuff. You know that when somebody wants to do this, the kind of things they will find the tools. By this point, it's not that hard to find. I want to show you this other option that you
asked America.
This video. I saw this video, and you know that this is a bit more difficult because we are talking about like a talking head. Okay, I'm gonna make it bigger. Just see it much better. This is by this guy Danny Polishuk. And he makes really good AI memes of politics. And I was watching this, and I said, hey, wait a second. This is not only Gavin Newsom's voice. This is also his body language and his facial expressions. And even the body language, some hand gestures go with the face. I don't know how he did it. But Danny is very good. It's very good with his. I'm sharing various of his memes. Look at this. Take a look at this.
You asked America, and I listened. So welcome to the Gavin Newsom podcast. I know no one actually asked for this, and they'd prefer I do my actual job instead of whatever the hell this is. But everyone knows I march to the beat of my own drum, which is why when I locked everyone down during COVID, I still went to fancy restaurants that you poor losers couldn't even afford to work at, let alone eat at. I appreciate the poor optics of another podcast hosted by a straight white male, but the world needs this now more than ever. And from what I've read online, most people don't consider me straight or a man anyhow. Have I made mistakes as governor? Not really. Actually, no. I have never made a mistake ever. I guess
okay, this is I have to say this part. I think it was when he does the quote unquote
be straight or a man anyhow. Have I made mistakes as governor? Not really.
Okay, that's the part that just blew my mind. I've been testing these AI tools, and like just 6 months ago, they were really crude. If you know how to install them locally in your computer, it's much easier to play around with them. But I was trying to, I did even some tests with myself, but they were too crude. And I said, well, this is going to take a while until, they actually nail the body language. Now, I don't know how Danny did this. I don't know if he does. There's something that you can do is that you can literally act in front of a green screen. Okay, you have a green screen and you record yourself, and then you make the your AI avatar, in this case, Gavin Newsom avatar, do whatever you do. That's how you tell your Gavin puppet what to do and at every point. So, and that would be an option. That would be an option. And I'm gonna
actually
keep playing this.
I have never made a mistake ever. I guess banging my campaign manager's wife could be viewed as a mistake, except hypergamy is a very common lifestyle in California. Some people like to say I was asleep at the wheel, which made the LA fire substantially more devastating. But again, I haven't made any mistakes. Also, aren't you amazed how little I'm using my hands while I talk? My aides told me the way I talk makes me look like a complete psychopath. So I'm doing my best to talk like a normal person right now.
I've been watching my videos.
I'm not a psychopath, just a sociopath. Those are two very different things. Oops, I'm doing it again. Old habits die hard. Don't tell that to my new campaign manager.
Yeah, I'm going to make sure that you watch the end and you see that Danny jokes, so you follow him.
Or am I?
If you like that, make sure to subscribe and follow for more.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message. Follow and subscribe to Danny's perfect content.
Yeah, follow Danny's perfect content. I'm gonna switch swiftly here because it seems that Keir Starmer is arriving. Let's do the quick switch in here. No, this is not B Magazine. I don't want this. This is, where are you? I want. Okay, this is one. Seems that Keir Starmer is arriving. I'm gonna play this, and I could just leave this here and make sure that I change this. All right, so we could change to our other feed here, and I got visuals, and I will change immediately if the event itself begins. I'm going to make sure that I don't miss it. Make it a bit bigger here. Okay, so this is one of the risks that you need to be wary of when you stumble upon content online. You have to go to the source. You have to make sure that you go to the original, every single original source for the source material, because that is the only way that you can guarantee. For example, if you watch me saying something that I wouldn't say usually, that's by this point, like somebody with all the information that they have from my videos could make a very good clone of myself. And with this technology, like Dan is shown, it's something that I never knew that it was going to be so fast and so good. I mean, maybe it's not that the AI is making everything on the fly or coming up with things on his own, but if you have somebody who knows the mannerisms of Gavin Newsom and you use those mannerisms and you can act and speak in the same cadence, that helps the AI a lot. That's like an impersonation on steroids. I've been working on my impersonations. By the way, my impersonations are gonna be 100% human. Today was practicing with AOC and Bernie Sanders. I have a quite a good ear, musician's ear for voice. So maybe at some point I will tell you, hey, let's just goof around with voices. Maybe on one weekend we can have a good time trying to practice mannerisms. You can watch me practice these impersonations. It would be fun. So we're waiting for Starmer to arrive, and let me see. Just gonna make gonna change the usual close enough on the topic. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. You remember that these live shows are actually the idea of my live shows is that I'm actually recording my videos, right? And you see that there's the introduction, there's the saying the ending of every topic. Today, for example, I need to edit out the Starmer stuff when I publish the AI section that we saw. For me, AI is something fascinating. It's gonna be some of you want impressions. Of course, some politicians are easier than others. For example, AOC, I've noticed that I not only have to mimic her voice itself, her mannerisms, but the New York accent is something that I have to nail properly. What instrument do you play? I play guitar. I say that I play decently acoustic guitar, but my favorite instrument is the electric guitar. And I had started playing cello to do heavy metal covers, but life gets in the way, and there's believe it or not, the shows are a bit difficult to produce sometimes. Does Enrique still do body language videos? Cut down. Very good question. Yeah, I still do body language videos, but this is like deer or boar or bear hunting. Unless you see a deer or there are boars or bears around, you cannot hunt anything. So if there are no body language worthy videos, then it's a bit of a. In fact, that is one of the things that I had a lot of problems at first. It was a real problem with my body language channel, because part of the appeal of the channel is that the videos that I analyze had actual content to analyze, but that happened like good content once a month if I was lucky. That was just once a month. No, you cannot sustain a channel, a YouTube channel like that. Well, I'm going to jump into Keir Starmer is going to appear anytime soon, so I want to talk a couple things first. Let's see here, maybe we can talk about this. We have a couple topics. For those of you who want to like me to. And who have discovered me through Megan. We're going to be talking about Megan today. And at the very end of this show, I will take some time to finally speak about the Venezuela crisis. And by the way, I will give you my thoughts about Don Jr.'s interview of Maria Corina Machado. That's going to be at the absolutely end of the show. Even after I talk about Megan, you know that Megan is always the last one. In this case, is Maria Corina the one that is going to be the last in today's show. So let me see. Still have an eye on the White House. And let's say that when we talk about politicians that I should keep an eye on. Let me see. I don't have the captions to this one as well. Jasmine Crockett, that that we are expecting for have that ticket of Jasmine Crockett and AOC together in 2028. I should I should be able to do her impersonation as well. And you know that one has to go easy. Maybe practice 1 hour a day for 1 week on one politician and then moving on to other. Jasmine Crockett says Donald Trump's effort to end the war in Ukraine could push us into World War III. You can't make this up. My only fear is that this happens like when I analyze Kamala, that I physically felt like I was losing cognitive abilities as I watch more and more Kamala content. I was literally becoming Kamala level retarded. So that was a problem. That was a big issue for me, because part of the appeal here is my commentary. And if I don't have my smarts, then what am I? I'm just another YouTuber. 3-piece suit YouTuber. Still. But well, we have this. Jasmine Crockett. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be having a lot of content of this lady. A lot of content.
Instead, we're pushing conspiracy theories, and some of them are killing people. It's the same thing that we have coming out of Doge. It's the reason that people are dying. It's the reason that farmers are losing their farms, because we continue to peddle conspiracy theories. It is time for us to say, Mr. President, guess what? Russia invaded Ukraine. Can we at least agree on that one?
And that win. What? And that win.
Facts matter.
Yeah, facts matter. And Black Lives Matter as well?
Yo, this is literally potentially putting us into an international crisis.
A crisis? Yeah, it was just, you know. It happens to me. It happens to me when I'm rehearsing and stuff. Oh my God, we got Trump. Where's Trump? There's Trump right there. We got visuals. We've got visuals. Trump is at the gates. And Keir Starmer must be arriving anytime soon. There he is, this SUV that is bigger than two-tier Keir's bonds. I see you, Kevin Rose. I see you. I'm going to highlight your comment. There it is. Solid handshake. You know that Trump is all right. Is doing the thumbs up. Keir Starmer is a bit tense. Let's go inside, and that's it. I think that's what we're gonna have. It was a bit lukewarm. I was expecting, but well, that is how British do their stuff, right? It was a bit lukewarm. Where else can we see this? Where can we continue to see this? If you know, there's enough. Let me see, where's my... Okay, but we can change this. I'm going to, just in case, so I'm telling you, I'm going to just make sure. This live event has ended. I want to make sure that if we got visuals from the inside, and we are there to watch. Just give me a minute. I saw a comment. Oh my God, I lost that comment. I need to go to that comment. Where's that comment? I'm scrolling. Yeah, Kevin Rose. It is a crisis. It's like when they say that that it's racist. Yeah, oh my God, I'm gonna get into so much trouble. But that would help if at some point, you know what, my plans are measured in decades. at some point, I will be in the United States of America. I will be in the United States of America. I can visualize that. I can see myself in there with an audience, with a huge audience, and I will be invited to talk, and it's going to be more like a stand-up, like an actual, I'm not going to talk about human behavior and that stuff. Maybe I will talk a bit about human behavior. Can you imagine me doing impersonations like live, doing the right thing? Doing the right thing is doing impersonations mixed with political satire and all that stuff. I can imagine myself doing that. That's something that I can do. I don't imagine myself much interviewing people. That's why maybe the interviews I had to pause them. But I can totally do that.
Into an international crisis.
Into an international crisis. Yeah, it's crisis. Something that I can do.
We may be heading towards the next world war because we have a president that wants to pal around with Putin and wants to do everything to make him feel good, including lying about who invaded who.
Yeah, the most important thing here is that you see that her gestures, right? The gestures are a big part of people. So we were talking about even in the Gavin Newsom AI stuff. He was even joking about Gavin Newsom's gestures, and AOC has a very signature gestures, and I see that Jasmine Crockett has them as well. So, I might put some very quick acrylic fingernails and do the things like this, and that is coming. That is coming. You know that one of the things of this job, so to speak, is that it's like sometimes you have to adapt to everything. Like right now, we are expecting for the list to drop. As far as I can tell, if you know anything about the list, let me know in the live chat. I'm trying to keep an eye here on my X Pro dashboard. One of the things that you have to adapt is sometimes no show is gonna be like the others, because I'm always doing new things. I say that, okay, maybe we can react live to something, and we just reacted live to Keir Starmer and Donald Trump's handshake. We could go back and see that handshake again, but it was kind of bland. It was a bit kind of bland. So again, this is in this regard, I try to always be doing all these experiments, and in this case, I'm going to assume that, let me see. Okay, this is here. This event will resume shortly. This is Fox News. I can guess that when we have visuals from inside the White House, Fox News is gonna have that, and we will be able to watch what's going on. I usually prefer to analyze things the next day, so I have all the clips and I can make a condensed video about everything. Still, that is the best approach for me. That is what has worked. And in fact, if you want a proper body language analysis, the idea is to have all the clips prepared, right? Like not like that we are running behind the clips, because that makes the show be a bit slower. Another thing is that I used to have a lot of anxiety in terms of, okay, this has to be the top-notch production in every single way. That is simply not possible, because when you think that you have everything perfect, quote unquote, you cannot have everything perfect, quote unquote, because simply there's always going to be new content, like to the minute. And that is something that happened to me a lot of times. That first era of the body language guy, and I spent like 3 or 4 days making a video, and then when I released the video, there was already new content that I said, "Oh my God, this is impossible." But right now, well, we can move on in the next one. We can have a nice time here. Let's do something. I'm going to move on today's topics. And I'm going to talk about today's topics, and I'm not try to not worry too much about the list. Okay, if the list appears, we'll talk about that, and we will try to, most important, keep today's topics tight. So happens that MSNBC has a new pet. And, well, let's say that it's everything that MSNBC stands for and then some. Scott Adams said that he has everything MSNBC cares about. This is the new host, and, well, of course, you can see him right here, but the idea is to watch the clip, and the clip is this one.
He has a hard time running against Vice President Harris because she's a black woman. You remember, Ashley, when he would tussle with the women that would ask him questions, our colleagues on the White House beat. Reporters. You know, he held his kind of most angry self for black women, right? If they asked him a question, he would have the worst things to say about them. And so you're seeing that, right?
I can think of three off the top of my head.
And when he talked about Joe Biden got worse, Harris was born like that, right? That's different. That's a dog whistle to folks to say, you know, the white guy just got older and it got worse, but the black lady was born dumb. That is the kind of thing that Donald Trump is saying and selling.
All right. No, I cannot speak in behalf of Donald Trump. By the way, I'm seeing some nice clips already popping up on my timeline. That's what I'm telling you, that I'm going to talk about that later. Right now, let's talk about this guy. It's obvious that the way that he talks is about racism and misogynism, and, well, that is going to be his main topic from now on. I mean, I'm going to paraphrase, I think that was Danny, by the way, who said that this absolutely looked like a Ken and Peele sketch. I 100% thought that this was a Ken and Peele sketch, but no, this is the real thing. This is the kind of things that we will be dealing with. This is the kind of people who is gonna complain that I make fun of Jasmine Crockett or AOC because they are black or Latina or women or whatever, you know, all the stuff. And, well, this was from back in the day in 2024. I have been wondering, this is Raheem Kassam, I have been wondering why Politico's playbook has been sounding less newsy and more bitchy for a while now. You remember that Politico was exposed recently because it was basically funded by USAID. So I looked up, it's a relatively new lead author, Eugene Daniels. I guess we're calling it Politico's gay book now. And yeah, this is us. I have never understood. I'm sorry, but I'm quite ignorant in that regard. I never understood what is the difference between being gay and being queer. I just don't know. So like I remember watching the show Queer Eye for the straight guy, which was really useful. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't know what is the difference. I don't know if this is gay or queer or both of them, or some kind of newer denomination that I can't remember. This is strange, I guess. That's right. Yeah, it's like a male joy. This is like a male joy. Foxfield Farmer is the male joy. This is the male equivalent of Lionel Richie is gonna be pissed. What's happening to Lionel Richie? Lionel Richie should sue for copyright infringement. No, I'm not gonna give Lionel that. I'm not gonna do Lionel that bad. What did Lionel Richie do to me to tell this? I guess that this is his partner. All right, so great, I guess. Again, don't worry. All these pictures on today's shows are safe for work. I made sure of it. It's not No trigger warning needed that I know of. I think that at least this, in all cases, it's, this is absolutely queer. Okay, Barbie tank tops. No, that's gay. That is not queer. That is gay. That is 100% gay. That I can't tell. If you have a Barbie tank top and you're a dude, that is not queer. No, that is gay. That's simply gay. And of course, back in the day, he was with Kamala, and he was the leader, I think, of the White House Correspondent Association or something like that. But of course, he loved Kamala. Kamala loved him, and well, Kamala is no more. Kamala is retired. You think that Kamala is retired? Do you think that Kamala is going to come back in 2028? Will we have the privilege of watching Kamala's campaign part 2 and not propped up with a $2 billion? So I don't know how many $1 billion were those. Kamala's campaign. I don't remember. I scrubbed all that of my memory because, well, I needed to make a space for new stuff. And yes, I thought, again, you're not going to tell me that this doesn't look like a Ken and Peele sketch. A Ken and Peele making fun of, I don't know, Beyonce. And this lady says, what the actual F? What is happening? Why did I have to... I want you to guess the city. Which city should be this? I think that we can easily guess from this. Which city is this? Should be easy to know. But yeah, this is the this is the kind of stuff that Epstein list is expected to be released today. So we will have to keep on waiting about this. And this one, oh my God, this is, I don't know, this is the most outrageous picture that I could find. This is the most outrageous picture. He's taking his mask off. I mean, cover your eyes. What kind of degeneracy is this? He's got a mask, but he's taking that off. I don't know how he wasn't canceled for taking this picture like out of the open in front of even kids. You can imagine that there could be kids around watching him taking his mask off. No, this is let me see. It's not Ken and Peele. It's Key and Peele. Key and Peele. Sorry, yeah. Some of you are asking, what are you talking about? Yeah, it's Key and Peele. It's these two comedians that do very good at stuff online. But again, this is the kind of stuff that we will be dealing with. Let me see your comments. This is the thing that we are gonna be dealing with. Let me see. Let me check about the Epstein files again. One more time, just in case. DEI. Right. Let's see new posts. All right, we're gonna be talking about a couple other things. Does he ever close his mouth for a photo? Maybe he never closes his mouth whatsoever. He simply doesn't close his mouth for a photo or in a show. Okay, so we continue with today's topics. And the other topic we have today was one video of Bill Gates that I don't know if it is new or not. No, I'm gonna skip Bill Gates. You're gonna skip Bill Gates for now. Just gonna skip Bill Gates. I'm gonna talk about this. Now we're talking about Keir Starmer. This is a short one. We were talking about Keir Starmer, and when you talk about Keir Starmer, you will absolutely 100% be talking about two-tier justice. And in regards of two-tier justice in the UK, now we saw that Mike Amesbury, that you can see picture here, and well, yeah, physiognomy or the art of interpreting somebody's personality by their face, it's a real thing. Is the Labour MP who beat the living shit out of one of his constituents has had his 10-week prison sentence suspended. He was going to prison for 10 weeks. He's not even going to jail. I'm going to show you the disturbing video of him doing the thing, and well, he got get out of jail for free card. Here he is. He was technically hitting a man on the ground, and he should go. He should spend a few days in jail, but you know how this works. You know how it's working. As of late, Sky News has approached Mr. Amesbury and the Labour Party for comment, and I saw that he was given a 10-week prison sentence on Monday, this Monday, and will attend an appeal hearing on Thursday morning. And my question is, how quick is UK's law that you can get an appeal in a matter of days? How quick is the UK's law that you can get an appeal in a matter of days? I don't know, but what I do know is that I've been talking about Germany. Let's talk about Germany at once. There's something that you need to know about Germany that is a bit disturbing at the same time. Germany restarts Afghan refugee flights in post-election U-turn. I mean, at this point, you know that at this point, I did a video the other day, and I told you that if you are watching from Germany, if you're in Germany and you're watching my show, I think that you're already in trouble. If you're watching I'm like ultra far right, you know, the heart salute and everything. If you're watching my show from Germany, I 100% suggest that you leave. And so if you have asked me, where should we go? And I have no idea. But you should leave. Germany restarts Afghan refugee flights in post-election U-turn. Yeah, that is important. Post-election U-turn. Germany's back in the Afghan refugee game, landing 155 in Berlin yesterday after a slight election time pause. I'm mentioning Germany because, again, I had this, let's say, sort of competition. Calling that a competition is a bit heartless, but it is what it is, between Germany and the UK. Which one was falling faster? And in this case, we not only have the two-tier justice system in the UK, and that you can get the police to visit you for a Facebook post. But in Germany, the CDU and SPD, fresh off dodging an AfD search, you know, the far right in Germany, greenlit the move with 3,000 more queued up in Islamabad, part of 48,000 taken since 2021, costing taxpayers hundreds of millions. What are they doing this on purpose? I don't know, but you know, we already talked about Germans, how they have this ingrained guilt and they have to get over it, or Germany is going to eventually disappear. It's like, again, it's sad. I know that people would say the same, that they say in my country, I want to stay and fight for my country, and I will ask you the question. How exactly are you fighting for your country? Are you just staying in your country? Are you staying behind? How exactly do you fight for your country? That this question usually triggers people because they're thinking that I'm denying that they want to do something. I don't deny that you want to do something. I just want to know if you are clear that the actual scope of your actions, if you can actually organize your community. Can you organize your community without getting, I don't know, thrown in jail? You know, because you have a WhatsApp group for your community and say that let's defend ourselves, and then you get a visit from the Polizei in Germany or the police in the UK, and you get a warning, or worse yet, go to jail for, I don't know, I don't know, whatever charge they want to put on you. If that's so, I don't think you can fight for your country. You have to analyze things, the real deal. You have to understand the real deal, what is going on. And the halt, why was this halted? This in Germany was paused. And now that we're talking about this, I need to talk about another topic about the UK. Some of you might not like that I address this topic, but I will do it anyway. I will do it anyway because we need to address this that you're going to watch in a minute. It is the kind of things that I try to stay away from making any comments about the King and the Queen of England, but I've always kept an eye measuring sentiment, and I realized that with this latest, let's say, event, I don't know how to say this, in which King Charles was helping package dates for Muslims to eat as the first food to break their fast at sunset during Ramadan. I saw this thanks to Father Calvin Robertson's X account. He was really critical. Like, what do you mean? What is going on? Okay, why is this happening? And then I'm telling you, I noticed that many people that defend the monarchy and love King Charles and love Queen Camilla, they emphasize that they love King Charles, they love Queen Camilla, but they don't like this, especially in light of everything that has been happening in the country, in light of everything that has been happening with, of course, all the immigration, in light of everything that Keir Starmer has been doing. I mean, it's like, so people tell me, okay, Jesus, but they cannot get into politics. All right, but this is basically not politics precisely. So it's like you have to I don't know, read the room at least. Read the room. Nobody's telling you to get into politics because we know that is impossible, like from 300 years ago. But yes, sometimes, I don't know, you might read the room because this is not precisely, this is not gonna, no, you see it in the replies of people. You know, I absolutely know that they love the monarchy, love the king and the queen, and they are not okay with this. Just going to ask a question. You think that when William is king, he's going to be doing this? I'm going to leave you that question right there. Let's go back to Germany because it's the same topic that we're talking. We're talking about the same topic essentially. And I've seen that people were discussing that the EU, the European Union, was a way to control European countries. But when you think about it, how long ago was Mexit? Not Mexit. Is the force of, you know, is saying it so many times. Mexit. Brexit. How long ago was Brexit? Brexit was quite some time ago. How is the UK doing on its own in that regard? In the globalist agenda, I think it's worse than ever, much worse than before Brexit. So it's not a matter of if you're part of the EU. If you're part of the EU, it's much harder because you have to, you need to do the same that all your co-EU countries are doing. But you can see that you can be on your own, like the UK, and you have the exact same problem. And in Germany, they halted this before the elections just to make people think that they were not going to import more Afghans. And after the elections, they just resumed. I mean, this is openly mocking the Poland. That's why I tell you, if you're in Germany, you have to leave. The halt came after brutal attacks by Afghan nationals, like the rampage in Munich, killing 2 and injuring 28, or the Aschaffenburg daycare stabbings that killed a toddler. The Interior Ministry blamed logistics, but critics smell political optics. Ex-Interior Minister Horst Seehofer once admitted some evacuees were rapists and on terror watch list. Oh, model citizens. Yet CDU's Friedrich Merz, once hawkish, now shrugs. No one wants closed borders. I'm telling you. That's the only thing that you can do. And moreover, this absolutely 100% looks and sounds like Fidel Castro's Cuba. The new Germany's Interior Ministry and left-wing NGOs are launching an advice center for those who think a family member or friend has spread conspiracy theories. Advice compass on conspiracy thinking. I think that this is a lot of very fancy words to say that they are asking you to snitch on your family members. I'm going to repeat that. They're asking you to snitch on your family members if they are, talking about these crazy conspiracies that the immigrants are dangerous or all this. Yeah, all these as conspiracies. Are any of your family members entangled in any of these conspiracies, spreading conspiracies? You can call this phone and tell us more about what you hear about them. Where do they live? Yeah, like the Stasi. Yeah, this is this is a flashback. How many years have passed? Like 70 years. Nothing has changed. Yeah, it's DDR. I hope. Cafe Emox. I really hope that when you say DDR, my brain registers Dance Dance Revolution. You remember the game? The game Dance Dance Revolution? That when you say DDR, that's what I think of. I hope that you will say, let's play Dance Dance Revolution again. No, it's the Gestapo. The Gestapo. This is oh my God, Lost Cause Clown, SS with the rainbow pins to follow. Yes, the Nazi playbook. I let Y. Karen G has a point. Brexit never happened. Many DDR fans here, and not the Dutchess. The Dutchess. No, the Dance Revolution. Now, this what is going on. We know what is going on. And no, we are not liking it. We are not liking this. This is absolutely. Remember, they were asking citizens to snitch on each other during COVID, and when you see here, the permit here it could be anywhere. It could be anywhere. And what were those? What was? Number 10 is in the UK. Is how you say that? Number 10. What was number 10? What was Boris Johnson doing? What was Boris Johnson doing? Let me see what else do we have here. I think we can move forward. We're still waiting for the Epstein files. Let's see one thing. Let's see, Adrienne Curry saying Epstein prediction. The names they do reveal linked to him will be the sacrificial lambs. The real heavy hitters will be hidden or are currently buying their way to being hidden right now. I wouldn't discuss that. I wouldn't argue about that. Shrek 5 trailer dropped. Oh my God, I have to watch that at some point. What else? Just checking. Epstein scoop. Once the new flight logs are released, there will be a contiguous from previous ones that we have already seen. This drop will include new flight logs, names, and time duration. This says Diligent Denison. We'll be checking how many times passengers from his first trial continued to travel with him to St. Thomas Airport and breaking down the duration of the time they stayed on the island. This drop is just to satisfy the public demand, but the flies, well, it's all actually flies. We're talking about a lot of shit. But the files will definitely be published in their entirety by the Department of Justice at a later time. The Department of Justice charges are very intricate and nuanced. The verbiage has to be limited and specific to make them stick, and the timing in the whole release of files is contingent upon the DOJ bringing charges first. Yes, and this is what how we were talking about. It's going to be really important for the victims to be able to stay anonymous. There's one thing that that happened today, by the way. Just I don't have any prepare about that. I'm gonna mention that passingly because I'm still waiting for the logic behind that. I still don't know what kind of logic will be behind that, but it seems that Andrew and Tristan Tate, the Tate brothers, who were, that they were. One of them couldn't leave Romania, and the other couldn't even leave the house. If I remember correctly, they were allowed, thanks to pressure from the U.S. government, they were allowed to leave Romania and to fly to the U.S. in a private jet this morning at 3 a.m. Romania time. That we're talking about quite controversial people. I talked to some of you already. I think I was in a members-only live stream. I told you that at some point I was in the war room. It didn't work, of course. It's 100% not for me. I thought it could help me at some point. That's afterwards I found out all the things about them, and right now I couldn't imagine why they, in all cases, this is one thing that that they have dual citizenship. They were born in the United States to an American father and a British mother. I think that Andrew was born in Washington D.C. and Tristan was born in Chicago, if I remember correctly. I was reading that this morning, and they were raised in Luton in the UK. And I guess one of the reasons, that the current state of Romania, that they had elections, and then the guy who got elected, then who has been arrested for hate speech or something like that. And I guess that the current state of Romania is let's say it's a time bomb. Let's say it's like a time bomb, and I don't know if that is one of the reasons why the U.S. government made some kind of pressure, just because they are U.S. citizens. But why do they have that preferential treatment? I still don't know. I will still wait for that. That one of the things, one of the difficult things about their case is when we talk about the lover boy method, in which Andrew Tate denies that he used the lover boy method in all these instances. He has vehemently denied that. That's why I tell you that I don't trust much people like Candace Owens, in which you interview Andrew Tate and you don't have any hard-hitting questions. I mean, I remember those interviews, and I remember also Piers Morgan interviewing Andrew Tate. Piers Morgan, the first time that he interviewed Andrew Tate, he was okay-ish, usual Piers interrupting the guy all the time. But that was not really an interview. Piers Morgan can get on my nerves sometimes because of that. But then Piers Morgan realized that Andrew Tate brought him a lot of clicks, a lot of views. And then all of a sudden, he became like Andrew Tate's best friend. That's why I tell you that Piers Morgan is another snake. But no, Candace never asked him about the PhD that Andrew sold at some point. I remember that I was a member of the war room. He was selling that at some point. And the PhD was pimping hose degree, right? Pimping hose degree, in which you learn to seduce women so you could make them work as OnlyFans models for you. And you weaponize them in that regard, in that way, making men fall in love with them. And it's a bit complex. It's a bit convoluted. I explained that. I think I explained that in a members only live stream. But the thing is that the most difficult part of these cases is to prove that the women were doing this in a non-consensual way. Because if you have a proof that they could leave at any point, that they were not let's say, limited to not leave the house or something like that, which they have footage that they could seemingly could get out of the house at any point, but they also like the money that they were earning at the same time. I can understand the grift. Then that makes that case a bit complex. Still, they were waiting for that process in Romania, and they are still requested. I don't know if requested is a word in the UK. And Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida, said that he was not going to allow them to land in Florida. He didn't want anything to do with Andrew and Tristan Tate. But the thing is that it's just that I can understand from a legal perspective that unless you have a very solid case, and it seems that there's a very solid case. Some people say, so many people claim, I have this is I told you in the members only live stream. I know people that I think they are legit people, that they defend Andrew and Tristan Tate. I don't talk about that topic because I've made up my mind. I think they have no honor in that sense. You are basically exploiting women in a pornographic way for money, and you are literally, it's like fraud. It's some kind of fraud. You're messaging men to make men fall in love with the model, and the model never messages men. It's other men messaging them. That's some kind of fraud. So, and there are enough videos of Andrew Tate explaining how you do that. And he says that this, for example, I remember that he has, the most important thing is to have, and I quote word by word, is to have a bottom bitch. And what is a bottom bitch? Bottom bitch is essentially a Ghislaine Maxwell. It's like Ghislaine Maxwell to Jeffrey Epstein. It's to have a woman who is going to be your operations officer, and she will help you essentially recruit the women that you are going to get into this. Okay, but first of all, you make the women to fall in love with you. He makes it. He's very specific about the fact in these curses. They're all already out there on X. You can watch all those videos. You don't have to take my word. You can watch those videos on X. And he makes it really important that you have to have sex with a woman first, and then after you have sex with a woman, that you know all the hormones and all this that, and the woman falls in love with you. Then you begin to suggest the idea that she could be an OnlyFans model or something like that, or webcam model, and you use your bottom bitch to convince her. Okay, I live like this. I just do this. I just post, and you're into the business. And I'm pretty sure that they had some sort of attorneys back then to make it as legal as possible. There's the other thing that is also out there, in which they, let's say that they got into a relationship with women at 15 or 16 years old, when they were, I don't know, 20, 25 or more. or something like that. And they were saying that, well, the law, the legal age of consent of a country, that you have to go for it. And that's the thing that, no, man. Okay, one thing is that a country, I don't remember the legal age of consent of many countries, but they said that in the UK, I don't know if it's 16. It's something like that. Let me ask. I don't know. In UK, this is 16 years old. So essentially, if you're 16 years old or the woman is 16 years old and you are 25 or you're 30, then it's okay. There's no big deal. And, well, it's man, it's how do I say this? You're a pervert, man. You're 100% a pervert. That's just no other way to tell you this. Again, I should have done my due diligence back then when I joined the war room. Notice that my body language changed, and I'm feeling guilty about that. I should have done my due diligence, but I'm not gonna defend myself. You know that 2020 was the shit for me, and I thought it's gonna help me in any way. But afterwards, and I say, no, what is this? I mean, what is it? No, it's just this ain't it, bro. This ain't it, bro. And the thing is that I don't understand how we having so many access to all this information. There's so many conservatives just praising them like they are this. Avatars of masculinity and honor, and they were Benny Johnson had Andrew Tate online on his show. Many people call him out. This is wrong, man. This is wrong. This guy, this is not it. And the issue is that many people look up to Andrew Tate because the guy just talks his mind. And to be fair, in this era, whoever who speaks his mind, even what you speak is nonsense sometimes. You have to understand. This is something that you need to understand. Besides, we already went through, I think, the worst thing, the lover boy method and the getting entangled with 15 years old, 16 years old, if you're 25 or 30. Andrew Tate is essentially a persona. That is essentially a persona. He crafted that persona. He realized that exploiting attention was very profitable, was the only way to stand out, was the only way to make this kind of money, and well, he has done it as much as he could. So many of what he says online is to trigger people. And again, it's the same that I was telling you of Donald Trump with the Canada as the 51st state for Justin Trudeau, that the idea was to trigger Justin Trudeau, but Pierre Poliver pisó el peine, as we say in Venezuela. Like he took the bait as well, and he reacted to that. No, you don't react to that. You simply ignore them. You cannot ignore what they did with the other videos that we were talking about. But if you say Andrew Tate tweeting something outrageous about, what was something that he said the other day? He said that if all your children come from the same woman, then you're not a conqueror. All right, so be it, I guess. It's like, then I'm not a conqueror. It's like the dude. It's your opinion, man. It's your opinion, man. Nanny Gaddy, yeah, it was back in the day, back in 2020, it was like 15. I got a discount. I was like 1,400. The thing is that I was in debt. I was in debt. You know that's what I tell you. When one is desperate, I was already in the red, and I was like $1,400 to join the war room in 2020, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it was 14 directly. Boom, just one payment to join. This is gonna fix my life in some way. That when you're desperate, this is the kind of things that you do. When you're desperate, and no, it didn't work. And then I found YouTube, and that's why we are sharing this space together. But yeah, I don't know how so many conservatives just look up to them. Okay, you can speak your mind, but you can speak your mind in so many other ways, right? In more constructive ways, in more amusing ways. I don't know. It's so many ways that you can do good in the world without saying that you should not pay attention to women. I don't know what kind of suggestion is that. Sometimes I feel bad. I feel bad for his mother because he says that it was these days that he was tweeting like that. That he just saw his father like once a year or so. Yeah, that explains many things, by the way. And he said that things about not paying attention to women. And at the same time, I say, hey, but wait a minute, man. You just said that you were raised by a single mother. And your mother basically raised you on her own. You, your brother, and your sister. She raised you on while your father was in the United States. And you speak of women in a way that, I don't know, that's my question. Would you like somebody to talk that way about your mother? I don't think so. And according to some sources, he's got daughters. And we know that Tristan has a daughter as well. Would you like somebody to talk about your daughters that way? Would you like your daughters to be treated like that way, the way that you treated those women? I don't think so. That is being quite hypocritical. That is something that's what I don't understand. I can understand how you use that image to make money out of it. I don't understand people like Candace Owens or Piers Morgan or Benny Johnson just saying, "Oh my God, this is the second coming of Jesus Christ" or something like that. It's you're being asinine, man. That's not. Sadly, not all of them. Many conservatives have seen through the grift and no, this is not what we want. Still, I wouldn't be surprised in the least because they already have a picture with Don Jr. We should talk about Don Jr. in a minute. They have a picture of Andrew with Don Jr. And sadly, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised that Trump is doing this. I still don't know why Trump did this. Like it's a bit it's a bit outrageous, the fact that how they were given this preferred treatment, but let's see what happens. Again, let me know what you think about this in the comments. This, Tate's dad was, Tate's dad was CIA, by the way. Emory Tate, it was Emory Tate the second, right? SSJB, I didn't see that you have arrived. Good to see you here. Yeah, there's a lot of things. Again, that's in some ways the Tate situation is very clear. If you have an ounce of honor and common sense, you say no, this is not it. This is not it. In other ways, the problem is that you look the other way. When you see the way that Andrew Tate at least makes people learn new things, makes men learn new things, makes men go to the gym, makes men wake up early in the morning, makes men get together in groups. And you see the degeneracy of the world, like for the past 4 years, you can understand that you have these two extreme forces that are, both of them are toxic in their own way, but you see the other side of the spectrum, and you see politicians, going for chopping boys' dicks. So you say, well, at least Andrew Tate is not, going for chopping boys' dicks. So it's like the lesser of two evils in this case. Like the stuff that you're seeing on one side, you say, okay, at least let's empower men in some way, but maybe we can find some kind of, a third approach, another approach to this that is not, talk about women as they are objects or exploiting women or entering a relationship with a 16 years old. There are many angles to this. There's many angles to this. So, which Hollywood celebrities are in suicide watch? Oh my God. Oh my God. Let me see. We don't have the Epstein files yet. A break-in. DC Drano lives of TikTok. Cernovich, Liz Wheeler seen holding Epstein files phase 1 at the White House. So it's official. They have it. Why didn't they invite me? And ALX as well. Why didn't they invite me? I could have the Epstein files in my hands right now. Why? Well, this is discrimination. This is discrimination. This is Latino discrimination. I'm going to sue the federal government. What do I do? Where do I go? Let me see. Well, we have the information anytime soon. So let me see. What time is it? Oh my God, this time flies. I'm not going to talk about Bill Gates. I don't feel like talking about Bill Gates today. I'm going to talk about two topics. I'm going to be a quick review for the. You're going to help me. You're going to help me. You're going to help me analyze this for the Roger Rogue. Help me with this Roger Rogue. And then we will talk about Venezuela. I'm going to leave Venezuela for last. See. Right now, I need you to help me analyzing this video of Meghan that was uploaded to her account. Somebody uploaded that to her account and it vanished in just seconds or minutes or something like that. But the thing is that you know how the internet is forever. And once something is uploaded to the internet, somebody, rest assured, and in this case, Meghan that has 2 million subscribers, somebody's going to download it. So in this video, I'm going to, I don't know if this has copyright music. Let's see. Oh yeah, this has, I'm going to mute this because this 100% has copyright music. And, well, right now, the clip starts with her looking at some of her minions and she's got that face. Like, are you recording right now, you peasant, or not? Let me know. Let me know. I have to be ready. I have to be ready. And this guy, we don't know who is he filming. Is he filming Harry? Who is he filming? We don't know yet. I wouldn't say that this looks like their home. This must be a studio. It's much easier if you have a studio in which you can control all the lights all day. It's like if you, for example, have to record in the morning or you have to record in the afternoon, it's much easier if you have a closed studio and you control everything. And if you know your stuff, you can make the studio look like has a natural lighting. Even you're gonna see some tricks. It's much easier because that way you can record at 8 a.m. or 6 p.m. or even in the middle of the night. It's gonna be the exact same lighting, okay, no matter what. Because if the outside lighting changes, it's gonna be a mess, okay? Especially if you record some scenes in the morning, some scenes in the afternoon, it's gonna be a mess, and you will not be able to edit them properly. So most probably this is recorded in a studio for practical purposes. Oh, we have a, how do you say this? I don't know how this is called in English. I call this a claque. Let's go to snap. We got the oranges, and Meghan goes to her very energetic and absolutely not in need of vitamin B shots team. And she's inviting us to get inside with her dog. Nice. Let me see. Although this looks like natural light, it looks like it's a real deal, then, well, you will have to record every show at the exact same time of the day. That would be the other option. She enters the shot of the dog, and then she's reading something because, all right, there's a script. I think this is the guy that we were talking the other day. Steve, the guy who directed and produced Anthony Bourdain's shows, and she is, of course, beige. Because she is beige. She is beige. That is not gonna change anytime soon. You know that is Megan's favorite color. She's rehearsing the script, very important. Well, to be fair, if you are recording something that requires a very precise lighting, you will need a script. But the problem is that she's doing all this. You can imagine that you always have to answer the question, who is behind the camera? The most important question to answer, who is behind the camera? Once you answer this question, you understand that, well, they are following her to make this spontaneous shots, and then you begin to ask, hey, wait a second, did they record this more than once? Did they record this more than once? Did they make more than one shot of this? Oh, she's got a red box like the monarch of England. She's got a red box like, you know, the what is the name of the correspondence box of the monarch of England? What a copycat, England. Megan, what a copycat. Why you have to be like this? And right here, she 100% looks like Cardi B. She 100% looks like Cardi B. So, well, this could be Cardi B, and I think that we would not tell the difference. Only that, well, there's a different body type. You know that I'm not gonna talk about Megan's body type, but yeah, it's quite different from Cardi B's. SSJB, I remember that slap chop. That video is around there. We have some fun talking about the slap chop. Megan should do the slap chop. That would be really nice. Oh my God, what is this? Why? Of all the edits, of all the shots, of all the takes, you have to include this in this 1 minute video. You absolutely have to include this. Why? And I had to zoom in because, you know, I'm like that. I am like that. I am like this. Just making sure that I keep an eye on the news because, you know, that today is a day of news. But we are stuck with Megan here. We're stuck with Megan. Megan, why are we masochistic or something? Yeah, we are like 1 week away, less than 1 week away. Oh, I'm a hugger. Remember that Megan is a hugger. This guy, this dude. The guys are absolutely gonna make fun of you at the bar. They're gonna make fun of you at the bar. They're gonna record this to you. They're gonna play this on the bar's screens just to mock you. You know that he's done. You know that he's done. For the rest of his life, every barbecue, every game, everything is gonna be, oh, here comes the hugger. Did Megan hug you today? Yeah, this is the problem. He knows that. And she is dancing barefoot. Why does it have to be barefoot? I don't get it. Yeah, I think that he doesn't get it either. Yes, I don't know if I really don't know if this is the guy that we're talking about. But no, I'm wrong. This is actually the real deal. This is not a studio. This is a house, but we don't know if this is the Montecito Manor or what. Oh my God. No. What is this? Why? Can we have that Epstein list ready, for God's sake? I mean, how long can it take? Can they just upload that? A Google Drive or something? Do we have to be doing this? Really? Why? I want to see the Epstein list. I don't want to be seeing this. Who knows if, oh my God. When the wars collide, maybe Prince Andrew is in the Epstein list. I said that. Oh my God. 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 Oh, they're just dancing. And then she is, because you know that Catherine is also a beekeeper. She had to, but she looks like a bad episode of the X-Files. This is an X-Files fever dream. No, Meg, we don't want to see you. She's going around because she wants to be seen. No, Meg. No, Meg. No, you look strange. You look strange. This ain't it. This ain't it. Imagine how much did you pay these guys? Imagine she is writing something. I want to know what she's writing. What? I don't know what. I don't know what does that say. But somebody has to be recording her, and we're seeing a camera. So there are two cameras pointed at her. There's one camera pointed at her, and one camera pointed at her and the camera. Do you think there's a camera pointed at her and the camera and the camera? And perhaps another camera pointed at her and the camera and the camera and the camera? We could do a progression in here, like ad infinitum, ad nauseum. And, well, she's ready. All right. And bunny hopping because YOLO. And you know that Harry had to appear as well, walking just like Harry can do. And I don't know. I just feel that I lost 10 minutes of my life, but I know that I do this for a good cause, just to bring you some kind of amusement and entertainment. And yeah, lean mean machine. I couldn't finish this section without citing lean mean machine. One of my favorite accounts on X, Mega Narcissist 1. And yes, some people are calling this not only the Ed Grimley, but the Steve Urkel pants. The Steve Urkel pants. Yeah, that's pretty much on point. But I would like to know what you think about this in the comments. For sake. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. We have 2 minutes to take a break. Okay, one update regarding the Tates that I just saw here is that Romania's Prime Minister Marcel Ciolacu has also denied that the U.S. made any request to Bucharest regarding the legal situation of well-known foreign influencers investigated by Romanian authorities. So it seems that Romania's Prime Minister is confirming that Trump did not have anything to do with this. The Romanian Foreign Minister Emil Hurriasanu confirmed that Trump's special envoy Richard Grenell has spoken to him about the brothers' travel ban at this month's Munich Security Conference. Hurriasanu said Grenell told him he was interested in the fate of the Tate brothers, but he said there was no form of pressure, no threat from the U.S. side, and that things are perfectly clear as far as we are concerned. And the things that are perfectly clear is that authorities in Romania said prosecutors had approved the brothers' request to travel. The Anti-Organized Crime Unit, DCOD, said the pair remain under judicial supervision and would have to appear before the judicial authorities at every summons. It added that any violation may lead to a higher custodial measure. Romania's Justice Minister, Radu Marinescu, said the brothers, who are dual British and U.S. nationals, must return to Romania for their next court appearance on March 24. In a separate development, a Tate representative said an appeal court had restored ownership of properties, vehicles, bank accounts, and company shares to the brothers. Authorities seized several luxury cars, land, and property in 2023. So, well, an update. It seems that Trump has nothing to do with that, but we're still having this in development. I'm gonna update you as anything pops up. So we need to address the big elephant in the room. The big elephant in the room. This is Drano. Today I met with President Trump, VP J.D. Vance, AG Pam Bondi, and FBI Director Kash Patel in the Oval Office. That would have been amazing. I want that. I want that in my life. How do I do that? Do I need to, I don't know, put some kind of votes or something? I have an audience, man. I have an audience that loves me. You love me, right? They handed me a binder copy of the Epstein files. This is the most transparent administration in American history. The best part, this is just the start. AG Bondi confirmed there are thousands more Epstein file documents being secretly held in the SDNY, and they will be delivered to the DOJ in D.C. by February 28. People will be going to jail for what they have done. So, well, as much as I wanted to delay the following section, everything comes to an end. And I need to address something that, well, let's see. Let's say that I'm going to, for the moment, I'm going to turn off my, let's say, my X-Pro dashboard. I'm going to leave it just in case you need to reach out to me for last minute things. But right now, I need to talk about Venezuela, and I will need your undivided attention if you want. Okay, this is the last section of the show. You can leave now. You are free to leave. It's like if you're interested when we are going, this is going to be important for those who live in Venezuela, important for me as well. Of course, we're going to talk about Venezuela. I'm going to, let's say that I've been, how to say that? When you, it's not self-censoring. If you are, I've been controlling myself for 8 months, a bit more than 8 months, almost 8 months. And yeah, Fossy Doxy, perhaps maybe I will come back when the list drops. Perhaps. Why not? It's gonna be uploaded in a minute. But I need to talk about Venezuela. This is gonna be. I need to drink something like stronger than water, but it is what it is. This is not going to be easy in any way, but I feel that this is as far as I go in many ways. Let me see. We are ready to begin with the Venezuela topic. So here we go. So you know that I've been talking here and there about the Venezuela topic, my homeland, and in this case, last night, Don Jr. interviewed Maria Corina Machado, the undisputed leader of the Venezuelan opposition. I made sure to point out how in July of last year, it was very easy to prove, well, Maria Corina made sure to prove with all the own registry of the government of Maduro himself, how Maduro essentially stole the elections. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. This is something that is a secret to everybody. But the problem is that after that, we expected a bit of, rush things because of, I'm telling you, we have been waiting for some time, a quarter of a century to be exact, for something to be done about the Chavista regime. It's not only Maduro, it was Hugo Chavez as well. And you know that this is a bit complicated for me because I have the responsibility of speaking in these terms of what is going on. And you know that I've been giving the opposition, in this case, Maria Corina Machado, and Edmundo González Urrutia, the president-elect of Venezuela. You remember that Maduro reinstated himself again on January 10. I've given them like 8 months. And after Maduro reinstated himself, I gave them like a bit more than 1 month, 1 month and a half, at least 4 or 5 interviews to see what they were about. I wanted to see if this was going to be the same disappointment of 2019 when Juan Guaido was the interim president, that many people are saying, well, it was not the same because Edmundo González Urrutia was elected by 70% of Venezuelans. But I'm telling you, Juan Guaido was 100% legal interim president. He was the real deal. He was legally the interim president of Venezuela. So there is not much difference in my regard. But let's say that, okay, Edmundo González is the way to go in this case. And this interview was interesting for many reasons. I said, why would Don Jr. interview Maria Corina Machado? You might ask, well, it's the interest of the United States, perhaps, the topic of Venezuela. Donald Trump has tweeted many times about Venezuela. It makes sense. Okay, it could make sense in that way. But at the same time, it was interesting that he did the interview at the same time, simultaneously. They were recording the interview. When this interview aired, it was recorded like barely hours ago. And hours ago, it was revealed that Donald Trump has essentially canceled the renewal or suspended the license of Chevron of this American company with Venezuelan oil. All right? Which, just to give you an idea, it means that he's essentially taken down 25% of the entire GDP of Venezuela. All right? That is huge sanctions. Okay? Those are huge sanctions, and that happened. Meanwhile, this interview was taking place, and by the fact, Don Jr. announced Maria Corina Machado during the interview what was going on. I guess that to measure her reaction. My idea. I'm not gonna tell you why I think that this interview took place, but I have a couple complaints about this interview for Maria Corina. It would be great if Maria Corina said the truth, that the only way the Maduro Chavista regime can end is violence. Everybody knows that as well. Everybody in Venezuela knows that as well. Stop the negotiations nonsense. More than a couple times during this interview, she has already said that this is a criminal organization. We are talking about a criminal organization that has hijacked the country. Her words, not mine. And those words are on point. This is a criminal organization that has hijacked our country. But she just said in that same interview the words that they want, her and Edmundo, a peaceful and orderly transition. I heard those words and I said, okay, maybe I misheard something. Maybe I didn't get it right. Maybe I didn't understand. But there's another thing that she said. She said that the military of Venezuela was not with Maduro anymore, which is a lie. It's a lie for 2 reasons. It's a lie. The first reason is that we know that since Hugo Chavez rose to power, he made sure to be infiltrating the military with Cuban and Russian intelligence. Maybe Chinese and Iranian intelligence as well, but mainly Cuban. And if they have been at it for 25 years, like 15 years ago, it was already infiltrated. And if you have the slightest dissidence, you were expelled from the military immediately, or you were disappeared, or anyway. So 15 years ago, the military is under Maduro's control, under the tyrannist's control. And that hasn't changed. That hasn't changed. But according to Maria Corina, for some reason, she said that, oh no big deal. The military is not with Maduro anymore. So we guess that they are with you and with Edmundo. And my question is, if the military are not with Maduro and Edmundo is the legitimate president of Venezuela, then why haven't you, removed Maduro from Miraflores yet? That's something that I did not understand. And another lie that Maria Corina said is that she told Don Jr. that she has been talking against socialism for 20 years, which is another lie. Because only 10 years ago, like halfway through that, she was congratulating Voluntad Popular, another party of traitors, fake opposition, for joining the International Socialista. So, if you are against socialism, would you congratulate somebody for joining the thing that you are talking against, speaking against? Do you think that makes sense in any way? No, because everybody knows that Maria Corina says from the mouth, de la boca para afuera, that she is a centrist. I would say that she is leaning a bit, in which direction. In which direction. And this is the proof. This is at least proof of that. Okay, let's say Maria Corina has changed her mind from 10 years from now. That was 10 years ago. Jesus gave her a bit of a break. And, the military not being aligned with Maduro, that is a lie. That is a lie. You have to be clear. You have to be clear about things. You're talking to Don Jr. And Don Jr. and Donald Trump is 100% going to get the message. That's your chance. That is your chance to talk to the big boss. The problem is that something that happens that you need to know about Venezuela is that basically, most people is essentially centrist, leaning a bit to the left. That is one big hurdle. And when they don't want, and I say they because I don't consider myself in that group, they don't want actual full capitalism. And that is a big problem. I'm going to say something again, and by the way, to put things in perspective, that I heavily criticized Edmundo González Urrutia for taking a picture with Joe Biden when Joe Biden was less than 2 weeks from leaving office. And I got all these imbeciles telling me, oh, but Joe Biden was the current president of the United States. What was his choice? Well, his choice was not taking the picture. You don't take the picture with Joe Biden. And I will tell you why you don't take the picture with Joe Biden. You don't go and talk to Joe Biden. You don't care about Joe Biden. Joe Biden was less than 2 weeks from leaving office. And Joe Biden, you know that he was not even in his right mind. And to put things really in perspective, what Donald Trump finally did right now was once again suspending the license of Chevron in Venezuela and hitting really hard the Maduro government. Don't begin to tell me that, the Venezuelan people are going to suffer. Venezuelan people have been suffering even when we had oil at $100 a barrel. That doesn't have anything to do with the earnings of the country. We have been suffering either way. Either way. That is the truth. U.S. sanctions, no, it's the Venezuelan government. So Trump is hitting them once again, okay? You can see here, okay, there were some sanctions in which year, okay? Sanctions in which year? You're seeing that, which year is between 18 and 20? Who put on those sanctions? Oh, yeah, Donald Trump imposed those sanctions on Venezuela to punish the Maduro regime. That was pressure. That was actual pressure on the Maduro regime. And who took that back? 22. Who was in the White House in 2022? Oh, Joe Biden. Joe Biden granted again the license for Chevron to operate in Venezuela and give that gush of fresh air to the Maduro regime. Then I want to ask you once again, retard, I want to ask you once again, why would you take a picture with Biden? How, in your sane mind, who in the right mind would you take a picture with Biden after that? And you're telling me to believe, you're asking me to believe that all these are not, all of them are socialist scum. The moment I saw this, I said, this is it. I'm going to give them a bit of rope. But, well, Trump just rolled back the oil concessions Biden handed to Venezuelan dictator Nicolas Maduro. The regime has also failed to return the violent criminals they sent into our country at the pace they had agreed to. And you go and take a picture with Biden. And to make things worse, and I have no other way to speak about this. To make things worse, when Don Jr. asks the question, if you sat down with my dad, what would you tell him? Which begs the question. I was watching John P. Acquaviva's analysis of this, and he has a point about this. John has a point about this, in which that question implies that Maria Corina Machado has never, even in a Zoom call, sat down to talk to Donald Trump. Because this is a hypothetical. If you sat down with my father, it means that she has never talked to Trump, not even a Zoom call. And I can guess it's because Trump doesn't want anything to do with, yes, like the Financial Times said, that this opposition, even this opposition, are losers. And you cannot blame him because Juan Guaido and Leopoldo Lopez were the traitors that made sure to the United States leave Maduro alone back in 2019. And these people are doing exactly the same. What I was thinking is that Donald Trump told Don Jr. to make this interview as a test. This was a public test. And Maria Corina failed spectacularly. Failed in the worst possible way. Why did she fail? Not only what she has said so far, but you need to listen to her answer to the actual question. No, this is muted.
You do this without turning Venezuela into another, a Libya or Iraq, which would be examples of sort of, where that went wrong and just, led to just downright instability.
Well, I really look forward to that moment. I really do. And I would say, look, Mr. President, Venezuela is the biggest opportunity in this continent for you, for the American people, and for all the people in our continent, certainly for Venezuelans. And we have the plan to move forward. We're actually already executing it. The plan to get Maduro out.
Nobody knows about that plan. And again, remind me in a minute, all the people that tell me, Maria Corina cannot reveal the plan. All right, I'm going to address that in a minute.
We assume our responsibility. We do our part here, and we have proved it so far. And we will never stop working, days and night. But we need a true ally that exactly knows what to do.
And we would like to know, what do you want the United States to do?
We don't need.
Pay attention to this, please, because this is really important. We don't need what?
We don't need boots on the ground. We don't need soldiers in Venezuela. That's crazy.
We don't need boots on the ground. We don't need soldiers in Venezuela. That's crazy. Maria Corina, you just said for the past 40 minutes that in Venezuela there are cells of Hezbollah, Hamas, the Tren de Aragua, of course, other terrorist organizations, that the Maduro regime is a criminal organization, that they are a hub for all this stuff 3 hours away from Miami, and you somehow want a peaceful transition. And at the same time, I don't know if I added that clip here. I should have added that clip here. I think that I didn't add it. She said the words, which is totally logical. She was addressing President Trump directly, that Trump cannot negotiate with Maduro, that she should be negotiating with her or with Edmundo, which makes sense. Then I say, wait a second. All right, you're telling me that Trump cannot negotiate with Maduro, right? Because it's a criminal and he's a leader of a criminal organization. And if you cannot negotiate with the leader of a criminal organization, how are you supposed to have an orderly and peaceful transition is my question. And again, to address the fact that all these people are in the same bag together. All these people are in the same bag together. Juan Guaidó could leave Venezuela. Leopoldo López could leave Venezuela. Edmundo González Urrutia could leave Venezuela. If Maduro wants, if Maduro allows you, if they allow you to, you can leave Venezuela. If they don't want you to leave Venezuela, you're going to be disappeared. You're going to be disappeared. And Maria Corina, by the way, you never explained what happened with that video you published on January 9. You never explained that, by the way. I'm going to leave that question open. I don't care about the answer, by the way, because I don't think I will be addressing, because most probably after this is going to be my final video in the Venezuela topic, because I'm really done with all of you. So Juan Guaidó could leave Venezuela. Wow, the guy is James Bond. Sardina en Aguatá. Leopoldo López, el telepreñador, could leave Venezuela. Edmundo González left Venezuela, and where did he go? He went for asylum in Spain. You couldn't go to El Salvador or couldn't go to Argentina with Javier Milei. No, you have to go to one of the most socialist countries in the world, to Spain. Give me a break, man. Give me a break. You think that we are stupid? What? No está viendo la cara, pana. No está viendo la cara. This is way too much. You go to Spain, and then now you're on a tour over the world, like letting the world. This is the best part. He's on a tour over the world, telling everybody how evil is the Maduro regime. Everybody knows it years ago. We know it. The world knows it. You don't have to do any tour for that. We need to take, have a change of season. Change the one who is in Miraflores. And this is not going to be with negotiations. This is not going to be, and I'm not making this up, this is not going to be with the power of love, as Maria Corina herself said a couple weeks ago. She said, literally, her words, that we don't have the weapons. Now, obviously, was one of the most fervent pushers of the anti-gun laws in Venezuela? This lady. So you voted to take the guns away from Venezuelans more than 10 years ago? There you have it. There you have it. So she said that we don't have the guns. Now, of course, that we don't have the guns. That's obvious. But we have the power of love. The power of the love of mothers who want their sons and daughters come back to their country. I want to say so many things right now, but I'm a gentleman. I'm not going to say it. But I'm going to say something that I think I'm pretty sure that many people will have the same deja vu right now. You are a Juan Guaido part 2. You're just making sure that this doesn't happen. There's no other way. There's no other way. And the instant that I knew that this was part of the ruse was this. All of you are socialist scum. All of you. Every single one of you. There's not one politician in Venezuela right now that is not socialist scum. That is a reality. That is a reality. There's no way. There's no way. Yes, through a lie. I'm gonna repeat that. I'm gonna repeat that part. We don't need boots on the ground.
We don't need boots on the ground. We don't need soldiers in Venezuela. That's crazy.
That's crazy. So, okay, I was wrapping up. I really don't want to waste more time on this because this is wasting my time. It's literally wasting my time. I get this all the time. Maria Corina cannot reveal the plan. She cannot reveal the plan. I'm pissed off right now. She cannot reveal the plan because she is in Venezuela. She's inside Venezuela. She hasn't left Venezuela. I'm gonna repeat that again. Juan Guaido left Venezuela. Leopoldo López left Venezuela. Edmundo González Urrutia left Venezuela. If Maria Corina Machado wanted, she could leave Venezuela as well. If she hasn't left, it's because she doesn't want. And what does she say? What is her explanation? It's because my mother doesn't want to leave. Her mother is very old. It's like 100. I don't know how old is her mother. She is quite ill. I understand. It's complicated. But I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you. You know that you have been against a criminal organization for years. Years now. Let's say 10 years. If I know that I'm going to go against a criminal organization, the first thing that I need to protect my loved ones. I need to get them out of my country. I don't care if my mother doesn't want to leave. I make her leave no matter what, because I need to fight this fight here. And in fact, if you want to actually coordinate getting Maduro out of Miraflores, you would do a better job outside of Venezuela, not inside. Inside, you have your hands tied. And I'm going to say one more thing so you can understand the true character of this woman. The day that Maduro finally took office again, reinstated himself in office, she recorded a cryptic video in which I asked a general question. What does she mean with this video? And I got all sorts of attacks, and all sorts of attacks told me exactly the same thing. Aren't you realizing, Jesus? She's telling us to go to the streets, to protest and go and get, against all these armed forces without weapons. And I said, well, she never really said that. She is implying that. No, she is implying that, by the way. She was implying that. You go and said that Edmundo González Urrutia was too important to show his face, to come to Venezuela. And she, of course, couldn't show her face because that was too dangerous. But you know, the elderly, the people in Venezuela, what's the word? Like, you have to exercise your right to protest. What does that mean? What does that mean? Imagine how irresponsible you have to be to issue a message to people who really want to change, and you promised them for months that Edmundo González Urrutia was going to be juramentado, elegido in January 10th. She said that over and over again. Edmundo said that over and over again. They promised that over and over again. And up until the last minute, oh, you know what? That didn't work. Oh, yeah. It's like Maduro did not let us in. No shit. The fact that you are in Venezuela, Maria Corina, you are using that as a scapegoat. You're using that as a justification. Oh, yes, she cannot reveal the plans because she's inside Venezuela. Precisely. If she wanted to oust Maduro out of Miraflores, she could coordinate the allies, the strong allies that she's here, and you can see, oh my God, Don Jr. is not buying it. This went exactly as he expected. This went exactly as he expected. You could coordinate those allies much better from outside of the country, and you will not be in danger, and your family will not be in danger. And you know what's another thing? That's why I tell you, there's what's called the Hanlon's razor, in which you should not confuse stupidity or malice. But I'm going to tell you one thing. Edmundo González Urrutia's son-in-law was hijacked as well. I mean, after the elections. Because he was alone taking kids to school without any kind of security. I mean, are these people really that retarded? Or are they retarded or are they evil? Because if you know that you're going to be the chosen one, well, before it was the Juan Guaidó, chosen one, and now the chosen one is Edmundo González. If you know that you're going to be the chosen one, the first thing you do before you are announced, you take all your family out of the country because you know that this fight is going to be, oh, she said that against a criminal regime. She said that in this interview many times with Hezbollah, Hamas, the terrorists, the Tren de Aragua. So you're not here to play. You know that these people disappear. People. These criminals disappear, literally disappear. You never know about people again. You don't even know where your family is detained. So the first thing that you know is to take your people out of the country. You tell me then your son-in-law just went to take his kids to school and he was hijacked. And why did he go? Why? I mean, I really don't get it. I really don't get it. The other thing that I can tell you is that all these are socialist scum. Socialist scum. I really don't care. In 2019, speaking and exposing Juan Guaidó, I lost 70% of my family and friends. And today I decided that the 30% left, I knew that I was going to get into trouble with the 30% left. But you know what? I'm fed up. I'm hasta aquí, ¿me entiendes? This is it. This is my last video about Venezuela. This is what we got. A bunch of socialist scum. This is no other way to explain it. You cannot justify any of this. There's no way that you can make this fit. There's no way that you can explain this. And by the way, I did my homework back in July, and I praised the way that she proved that Maduro had stolen the elections. I did that. You can still read that thread on my X. And I explained how Maduro and the Chavista regime steals elections because, well, we were seeing that the Democrats in the United States wanted to do the same, and I wanted to give you the primer on why every country needs paper ballots and same-day voting. But this, play with a country's hopes and dreams and expectations for months to be a nothing burger, to be Juan Guaidó Part 2? This is the most irresponsible thing that I've seen in my life. So many people. I gave you the benefit of the doubt for 8 months. 8 months. And so many people in Venezuela are still hoping that you do something. And after last night's interview, after this interview, I'm sure that 30% is going to be down 5%. Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that, yeah, that's... For me, I have to say this, and I will sound quite dramatic, but it's the truth. For me, Venezuela is a chapter that I need to close. For me, Venezuela is a chapter that I need to leave behind. Why, would you ask? For the sole reason, for the simple reason, that you waste too much energy and time trying to warn people, trying to explain the things, trying to tell people, try to, let's talk about this. This is no longer my fight. I fought this in 2019. I got what I got. I don't regret one single minute of it. And right now, I needed to tell you that you're being fooled again. And since there are no politicians left, and the politicians that are for the cause of Venezuela are playing paddle in Miami, or they are in Chuecas in Madrid, or they are touring around Latin America, I really don't know what to tell you, and I don't think I will have anything new to tell you about Venezuela anytime soon. So that was my analysis of last night's, not only of last night's interview, but of the past 8 months of Venezuelan politics. I would like to know what you think about this in the comments. I have a timer. I just went way over that timer. I need to be very clear about this. There were so many things. There were so many things that I also wanted to answer all the, let's say, observations that I get. And one thing is for certain, I will not be answering them anymore. I would not be answering them anymore. I told you sometimes that my aspiration is to become a citizen of the world. I think we need to become citizens of the world, and since the only thing that can speed that up is an interplanetary war, and we won't have an interplanetary war anytime soon, then one thing that I need to do is to focus on what is important. I could help the Venezuela cause if they are helping themselves. But if this happens like 2019, that I see that there's actual poison that is poisoning Venezuelans' minds, the least that I can do is to reach out to people and tell them what is going on. Many people will not only scoff at my observation, they have already. Many people will criticize me, will ostracize me, all of that, will block me, will spit on me, par for the course. Again, I don't want to be dramatic, but sometimes you have to do what you have to do. That is reality. You have to just do the thing. And since one of my passions is manipulation, human behavior analysis, human behavior analysis, I cannot just, I'm not gonna pay attention to this. I'm not gonna pay much attention to. No. I absolutely need to talk about things, because I would like people to have spoken to me like that back in 1998. Again, I never voted for Chavez, but I also never voted against. And the reason Chavez rose to power is because a lot of Venezuelans did not vote on those elections. And I still have regrets about that. So those regrets are not going anytime soon. But if I have a platform to address this kind of stuff, I will. Not about Venezuela anymore. This is literally my last video about Venezuela. I might mention Venezuela here and there, but I will focus on international politics. This is a lost cause. I'm sorry. If you are in Venezuela and if you expected me to say something else, I have to tell you that this is exactly like Germany. You have to leave as soon as possible. This is my only recommendation. This is why this is a thing that I'm really recommending you. Or you need to realize that there's not going to be any regime change, and you need to do. Maybe you have survived this long. Maybe you have found a way to earn in US dollars. That is great, and you can survive and go along, even thrive that way. Maybe you are that resilient that you can stay in Venezuela. Go ahead, but you need to know what is the actual situation of that. So that's why I told you that this was going to be quite an intense and long rant. But again, I don't expect to be talking about Venezuela again. I mean, I don't want anything to do with these people, anything to do with them, like at all. There are 6 super chats I want to talk when mention. Heather, whatever, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for smiles. Margie, when I was talking about Andrew Tate, this is why we love you, Jesus. Thank you, Margie. Appreciate that. SJ, Jesus, you need a drink. I don't know if this was when I was talking about what. I don't remember the context. Texas Grown, thank you for being a member. Texas, and Margie and Heather, whatever, as well. Thank you. Lots of wealthy men tied to governments while white-knuckling whiskey straight at some hotel bar right now. Little nervous about Epstein files. His Florida mansion is being demolished as we speak. Rush job. This is going to be good. SJ, told you so earlier, you need some whiskey. Absolutely. Absolutely, SJ. And Candy Mish, thank you. When you're trying not to talk about something or hold back, your comment is holding your tongue. Thank you. I forgot. I completely forgot about that expression, holding my tongue. Yeah, had been holding my tongue for so long about this stuff, but no more. Really, I cannot thank you enough for all the support. It was really hard to follow your comments during especially my Venezuela rant, but I told you, okay, there are issues in Venezuela. At some point, I will tell you about the Venezuela. This was the moment to talk about Venezuela. That's what I needed to leave this at the end of the show. And well, now you know the whole story. Well, my body language buddies, my name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy. And until we meet tomorrow in episode 90, remember the most important words. Much love and bliss. Take care. Be safe. I love every single one of you. Bye-bye.